In this video, I'll show you how to use n8n and Home Assistant with AI to create a workflow that performs monitoring on all your devices. When it finds a device is unavailable, it performs an integration reload to try and fix it. And if that fails, it will create a ticket in Google Tasks so you'll never forget to deal with it. Alright, let's start building our n8n workflow. The first node we need is the trigger, our nightly patrol officer. It's a schedule trigger node. Its only job is to start the workflow at a specific time every day. In its configuration, we set the trigger interval to days and the trigger at hour to midnight. We chose this time because it's when the smart home is least active, ensuring we won't disrupt anyone. At midnight, our trigger fires and the automated inspection begins. The signal immediately flows to a Home Assistant node named Get Many States. The configuration is simple. Resource is state, operation is Get Many, and make sure Return All is enabled. With these settings, it pulls a complete list of every single entity you have, along with its current state. This massive list is the raw material we're about to filter. Now, this gives us a huge list of healthy and unhealthy devices. We need to find the ones with a problem. This is where the if node comes in. We've set up two conditions that both must be true. First, the entity ID must contain the word plug. You can, of course, change this to any device type you want to monitor. Second, the state must equal unavailable. Any device that is a plug and is currently unavailable will pass through the true exit. Now, a very important point here. If you look at the output, you might see several unavailable devices from the same integration, like multiple Tuya plugs. If we just reload for every single one, we'd be restarting the same integration multiple times, which is inefficient. To solve this, I've renamed the friendly name of these entities to include a common identifier, like the prefix Tuya. This is a crucial preparation step for our AI later. But what about the healthy devices? They flow down the false path to a call a service node I've renamed Notification 1. This node simply creates a persistent notification in Home Assistant that says Entity ID inspection complete. Everything is normal. It's our all clear signal, giving us peace of mind that the check was performed. Back on the true path, all our unavailable plugs now flow to an Edit Fields node. The raw data for each device is huge, so we use this node to clean it up before sending it to the AI. In the Fields to Set section, we simply drag over the three key pieces of information we need: the entity ID, the state, and the friendly name. This transforms a complex object into a small, clean one. But right now, these are still separate items. If we have 3 offline plugs, we have 3 data items. This brings us to the aggregate node. Its job is to take all these separate items and combine them into a single item containing a list. In its configuration, we just select all item data. That's it. This consolidated package is now perfectly prepared for our AI. This is where we face that classic smart home problem I mentioned. How do we reload the Tuya integration just once? This is where we bring in the smart brain of our workflow, the AI agent. Its job is to be a precise JSON data filter. In its prompt, we give our Google Gemini model a powerful rule. Examine every device in this list. If multiple devices have a friendly name that contains the keyword Tuya, then in your final output, keep only the first one you find. To ensure the AI's response is always in the perfect format, we then attach a structured output parser, providing it with a JSON example of the output we expect and enabling the auto-fix feature with a second Gemini model to create a validation loop. This takes care of the complex deduplication for us. The AI's output is a JSON object, and the list of devices we need is nested inside. So the next node is a code in JavaScript node. The simple code inside just gets the JSON object from the AI and returns the actions array from within it. This gives us a clean, simple list of the unique devices that need their integration reloaded. Now it's time to actually try and fix the problem. For this, we use a classic IT repair method. This brings us to the core action, the reload entry node. This is a call a service node. In its configuration, we set the domain to Home Assistant and the service to reload config entry. Finally, in the entity ID attribute, we use an expression to pull in the entity ID of the exact same device we just reloaded. This is a troubleshooting method that has been passed down since the dawn of IT, based on the timeless principle that a simple reboot can solve 99% of all problems. But reloading isn't instant. This brings us to our next crucial node, wait. We need to give a device a fair chance to come back online. In its configuration, we've set the amount to 3 and the unit to minutes, which should be more than enough time. After waiting, it's the moment of truth. We use another Home Assistant node, getAstate, to find out if our reboot worked. Its configuration is simple. We select the resource to state, the operation to get, and for the entity ID, we use an expression to pull in the ID of the exact same device we just reloaded. This node asks a simple question: what is the current state of this plug? The answer it gets back is the final piece of evidence for our last decision, made by the if2 node. This is our final judge. Its configuration is a single critical rule. Is the state from the getAstate node still equal to unavailable? If the answer is no, the device is fixed. The workflow proceeds down the false path to a call a service node I've renamed Notification 2. This creates a persistent notification that says entity ID is back to normal after a reload. This is our satisfying conclusion, proof that the system healed itself. But if the answer is yes, the reboot failed. The workflow proceeds down the true path to our escalation process. This is handled by a Google Tasks node I've renamed Create Ticket. Its job is to log problems the automation couldn't solve. In its configuration, we choose our task list, create a dynamic title, and in the additional fields, we add the failed entity ID to the notes and set a due date a few days in the future. This puts a deadline on the problem, ensuring we won't forget to investigate and truly fix it. Now the workflow runs nightly to find any unavailable plugs, intelligently reloads the correct integration to try and fix them, and if the device is still offline after a check, automatically creates a repair ticket so no issue is ever forgotten. By the way, I've bundled everything from this build into a guide for you. You can find that link waiting in the description. I'm always looking for new ideas, so share what you'd like to build together in the comments. Every like and subscribe truly helps the channel expand. Thanks for watching.